Let's do it now.
Turn up the volume nice and loud, cause we are controlling transmission with dance beats and R&B. You're in the mix with Lil Drummer Girl with your host Dawn Marie in the mix.
Hey there, it's Dawn Marie. I'm so excited. I'm at Social Media Week here in New York City, and I'm here with Roy Peterson, who does films, doodles, and writing. I had to get an interview with him because he sounded so interesting, and I'd love to know more about him. So it's a little bit crowded here tonight, so I'm just going to try to go with this and see what we can get out of it. Tonight, I'm here with Roy, and Roy is from the UK. He's actually from New York, but he lived in the UK, and now he lives in Virginia Beach. But he does production and video and illustration. And so without further ado, here's Roy. Hey, Roy.
How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Tell me, Roy, how did you get into the business that you're in?
Oh, the business that I'm in now? Well, I did a lot of films. I did a lot of independent documentaries and short films. And the company I work for now, they kind of saw these films and said, well, is there a way you could take filmmaking into social in a way that would help us? So that's kind of how I got into it. But, in terms of my films, I do a lot of spontaneous kind of documentaries and comedies, but I also do a lot of doodles. I doodle all the time. And so that's been a real help to me in terms of how I create.
So do you take your doodles and transfer them into production?
No. Not in that way. I take the doodles and I build ideas from them that affect production or affect social. It's a way of brainstorming in a way that when you doodle, you can just have no rules. You can just be as creative as you want. And that helps any project that you work on. So in terms of filmmaking, a doodle will help character development. In terms of social, it'll help a campaign just by being able to kind of get the right brain creative stuff out there. But it's more like an ideas board or a mood board would be. But with doodling, because you're turning off your inner critic, you're really able to find ideas that you would never find. And that's what I've kind of found with it. It's been the greatest help for me.
So when you do your doodles, do you use black and white ink or do you use color? What medium do you use?
All right. Well, right now I'm using paper by 53 a lot. So it's an app that you find on iPad and iPhone, and that seems to be the closest related to actual paper or a moleskin. But for years I did just a simple moleskin and some color markers, really, really simple. It's also therapeutic. It helps your mindset a lot.
Do you keep a journal with all of your doodles in them so that you can refer back to them?
Well, I've got I shipped over 10 boxes of doodles from the UK to here. So I've got a whole, I'd say about 50 books of doodles. But also through the iPad app, they've got a really good way of categorizing, and so I keep them there as well.
So you can keep everything electronically rather than paper now.
Yeah, it's just as easy, and it's sometimes easier.
That is so cool. I used to doodle as a kid in grammar school, and I used to get in trouble all the time. They say, "Stop, Dawn Marie, pay attention." But as a creative person, that's what we do because our brain goes into other lands and we need to express ourselves, whereas they want to conform us and put us in the box. So for all of you people who are out there and you're put in the box, get the hell out of the box, all right? Remember Jack in the Box? Well, get Jack out of the box.
A job as a social media producer for an animated series for children. So it's trying to bring as much creativity into that role. And that's why Social Media Week is really helping me. It's helped me to understand the marketing and all the other aspects of social. Because most people think social is just you get on Facebook and you do status updates, but there's so much more to it. So it's been kind of a stretch in terms of the learning curve, but that's why this place, this has really been helping me.
Do you find yourself getting more and more involved in marketing because of social media?
Well, I'm having to learn marketing because of social media, which is not something that I've ever kind of seen as a way to do social. Social really has been, connect with your immediate audience and friends and build it that way. But in marketing, it's learning to really target to different markets and digging deep into data of how your target audience will work.
Tell me something. If somebody wanted to reach out to you today, how would they find you on social media?
I go by Royzoner, so, at Royzoner, if you just Google that,
How do you spell that?
Royzoner.
All right. And now, do you have any websites or any place where people can go and look at your work online?
Royzoner.com. And also, I've got a YouTube channel of films where I interview anywhere from creative artists to mystics to just people who look at the world a little bit differently. So you could just find that on YouTube.com, Royzoner.
Well, Roy, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I know it's a little loud, a little crazy in here, but I love meeting new creative people, and I want to spread the word to say to everybody out there that your dreams are possible. Do not let any naysayers tell you you cannot do what you believe you can do in your heart. So with that, I bid you a good evening. Until the next time, I will see you on the flip side. Namaste.